In my clinic, I see patients every day with a familiar constellation of symptoms: persistent fatigue, brain fog, chronic aches, and a level of inflammation that blood tests confirm but can't fully explain. We run the panels, we check the markers, but the root cause remains elusive. This is the frustrating reality of modern chronic illness. But what if one of the most significant contributing factors isn't something we're ingesting, but something we've lost? I want you to look down at your feet. The shoes you're wearing, likely with synthetic rubber or plastic soles, are exceptional electrical insulators. From a physics standpoint, they've effectively unplugged you from the planet.
If you're enjoying this, subscribe.
This mass disconnection began in the 1950s, a period that, not coincidentally, marks the beginning of a steep rise in chronic inflammatory and autoimmune diseases. We inadvertently severed a biological link that our species relied on for its entire evolutionary history. Today, as a physician, I'm going to explain exactly how this seemingly innocent change in footwear may be driving a hidden epidemic of inflammation. To understand why this connection matters, we first need to look at what's happening inside your body at the cellular level. Let me explain the biology of inflammation. Your body is constantly navigating metabolic processes, stress, and environmental toxins. A key byproduct of this is the creation of molecules called free radicals. A free radical is an unstable, volatile molecule. Think of it as a thief that has lost one of its most valuable possessions, an electron. Because it's positively charged and desperately wants to be stable again, it will violently rip an electron away from any healthy, stable cell it encounters. This act of theft, called oxidative stress, causes a chain reaction of cellular damage. The attacked cell is now damaged and becomes a free radical itself, perpetuating the cycle. This molecular chaos is the root of chronic inflammation, which we now know is a driver of almost every major chronic disease, from heart disease to diabetes. Now, contrast that internal chaos with the environment outside. Our planet's surface, thanks to thousands of lightning strikes per minute and atmospheric pressure, maintains a massive, constant reservoir of negative charge. It's essentially a giant battery, packed with an almost limitless supply of the very thing those free radicals are so desperate to steal: free electrons. This brings us to the mechanism of what researchers call earthing or grounding. And from a biological standpoint, it's incredibly elegant. Let me show you how it works. Your body, being composed of about 60% water and rich in minerals, is an excellent electrical conductor. When you place your bare skin, the soles of your feet, for example, in direct contact with the ground, you effectively plug your body into that planetary reservoir of free electrons. These negatively charged electrons immediately flow up into your body, a process we can measure, and they begin to circulate. Here's the aha moment: these abundant, Earth-derived electrons act as the most potent antioxidants imaginable. They preemptively donate themselves to the volatile, positively charged free radicals. By satisfying the free radicals' need for an electron, they neutralize it on the spot, before it can attack and damage a healthy cell. Think of it as calming a frantic thief by simply giving them what they need, thereby preventing the robbery and the ensuing damage. This is how earthing reverses the problem at its source, providing the body with the electrical nutrition it evolved to expect. Now, as a clinician, I don't rely on theory alone. I need to see the data. A 2012 study published in the Journal of Alternative and Complementary Medicine gives us a fascinating window into this mechanism. The researchers measured something called zeta potential. Let me explain. This is the electrical charge on the surface of your red blood cells. A strong negative charge makes them repel each other, like magnets, allowing them to flow smoothly.
Quick pause. Did you know only 20% of you watching are actually subscribed? If this content...
When the charge is weak, they clump together, increasing blood viscosity, or thickness, which is a major risk factor for cardiovascular events. In this study, after just 2 hours of grounding, subjects' zeta potential increased by an average of 2.7 times. The clinical implication of that is profound. It demonstrates a rapid and significant reduction in blood clumping. This finding helps contextualize the results of an earlier, landmark 2004 study by Chevalier, Mori, and Oshman. They took patients with severe sleep dysfunction and chronic pain and tracked their cortisol levels while they slept on grounded mats. Cortisol, our primary stress hormone, should follow a predictable daily rhythm, high in the morning, low at night. The subjects began with chaotic, erratic cortisol profiles. After 8 weeks of sleeping grounded, their levels had completely normalized into a healthy, natural 24-hour circadian rhythm. This isn't just a placebo effect, it's a measurable shift of the autonomic nervous system from a fight-or-flight state to a rest-and-digest state. Based on this evidence, what do I recommend to my patients? It's not about throwing away your shoes and risking injury. The modern world presents real hazards, from parasites like hookworm, which can burrow through intact skin in contaminated soil, to biomechanical issues from a lifetime of wearing supportive shoes. What most people get wrong is thinking it has to be all or nothing. The clinical data suggests an effective, therapeutic dose is achievable with just 20 to 30 minutes of direct contact per day. This is the actionable change you can make today. Here's the protocol: find a safe, clean patch of nature. This could be a grassy park you know is free of pesticides, a sandy beach, or even moist soil in your backyard. Simply stand, sit, or walk with your bare feet on the ground. For my patients in urban centers or cold climates where this isn't practical, there is a reliable alternative. Scientifically validated indoor grounding mats plug into the ground port of a standard 3-prong outlet. It's crucial to understand this does not connect you to the electrical power, but to the ground wire, which runs directly to a metal rod buried in the earth. It safely brings that same natural, stabilizing energy indoors. From a physician's perspective, this research forces us to reconsider the definition of an essential nutrient. We readily accept that we need nutrients from food, water, and even photons from sunlight for vitamin D synthesis. The evidence strongly suggests that we should now consider free electrons from the Earth as another essential nutrient our bodies require for optimal function. The great challenge in modern medicine is that we often seek a complex pill for a problem created by a simple deficiency. We look for a new anti-inflammatory drug while ignoring the most abundant anti-inflammatory source on the planet, right beneath our feet. I want to challenge one final assumption, that our environment is a passive backdrop to our lives. It's not. It's an active, energetic system our physiology is designed to interact with. By safely and deliberately re-establishing this electrical connection, we aren't trying a new hack, we are simply returning to our biological baseline.
If you found this helpful, subscribe to Dr. Sanchez LM and hit that notification bell. Together, we make health